Good morning, everyone. We will go ahead and get started with this week's weekly webinar. It has been another sort of exciting week. We have some updates on matches that are available, and then I'll also cover the preview of the refreshed Good Giving Challenge homepage. And then if we have time, I do want to start talking about tools you can use like Canva and Buffer and other tools to make your life easier during the challenge. So as always, we are recording. I will upload this to YouTube and share the link out probably early next week. It just takes some time to process the YouTube videos and get that all done. So if you have questions or comments, you can put questions in the Q&A, because that way I can make sure I address all of them. And if you have comments, just drop those in the chat. So we will go ahead and get started. So the exciting announcement I have today, last week it was the Outlaw State of Kind Hometown Fund that is launching on the final day of the challenge. That's the Encore Challenge. Today, I can share that there are two things I guess I can share. One is the early giving is new this year to the Good Giving Challenge. We'll have more info for that for you to share with your donors in the next week or so. It will start November 14th. 2 weeks out from the challenge. So we are always in a weird media cycle. It's right after election day. Then we've got Thanksgiving and Black Friday sales and all that. So we're always trying to navigate just a weird media landscape during this time of year. So we are going to give the November 7th election day news, about a week to die down. And then we are going to start promoting the Good Giving Challenge. And the exciting thing is we have early giving that is launching on November 14th. So how that will work is donors will be able to give starting November 14th. Really the bulk of the challenge, of course, all the exciting stuff is really, the Giving Tuesday through that Friday. We get a lot of questions from donors who might be traveling internationally. They can give internationally, but a lot of donors are I'm going on vacation. I don't want to be worried about it, or I want to go ahead and give. I'm afraid I'm going to forget, things like that. And we do a lot of media interviews leading up to the Good Giving Challenge as well. So this will help say you can, the Good Giving Challenge officially starts on November 28th, but you can go on and give right now if that's what your schedule demands. So the Brown Foundation, I'm trying to confirm their exact name, how they want to be recognized. So I don't have an updated match sheet yet, but they are providing a $50,000 early giving match pool. So this will help match those gifts that come in early. It will be a 50 cents on the dollar match, I believe up to $250. Again, I will put all of this in writing and send it out in the matches and prizes sheet updated. So that'll probably come early next week, just as we iron out all the details of this match. So how it will look on the homepage then on November 14th, there will not be. So as you know, if you've participated in the Good Giving Challenge before, on the homepage during the challenge when it's live, there is a ticker that shows how much has been given so far. During early giving, that will not be there. It will still be the countdown to the challenge as it is now. The thing that will be added is there will be a thing underneath that says early giving is going on. I don't know exactly what it can say. I don't know if I have that. I do have it. A demo. Okay. So I can show you what it'll look like. This is also a little preview of what the refresh site looks like. Let me share my screen. My tabs are crazy as always. Okay. So when early giving starts on November 14th, this is how the homepage will look. This image, like this hero image, might change there. I think we'll update that with the, updated image from the cover of the print guide. But it'll still have the countdown to the challenge. But then it'll say early giving is now open, and donors will be able to click on that and donate from there. So they'll find a cause from there and give that way. Also, okay, just because we're not live yet, that's why we're getting that error. But that's how the homepage will look once early giving is open, and that will be from November 14th until the start of the challenge. So you won't have, there won't be that ticker yet, but when the challenge officially starts on November 28th, it will start with all those donations that came in. So like that lump sum, we won't be starting from like zero giving. It'll be, however much is donated at that time. So that's exciting. Everyone's going to start, you can start with a little cushion. Going ahead. I am so sorry. My dog is in, pause one moment. My dog is begging to be let out of the my office. So just one second. I'm sorry. Apologies. My husband doesn't usually work from home at all when I am here on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but he is here. So now my dog is completely distressed, does not know where to be or who to be sitting with. So he's also on a webinar out in another spot in our house. So sorry. So anyway, that's sort of how this will look once early giving starts. I'm excited. We've never done this before. So we will see how it works out. I will get some better instructions from Neon One about how it will work, but that's just a heads up. If you're doing like save the dates for the Good Giving Challenge, now he wants to be let back in. I am so sorry. One moment again. He is so bossy. Okay, so moving on from that, and then we can look again at the like the preview of the site. There will be a few things that are different, and again, it won't look different to you when you log in. Like nothing will change on the back end yet. That might change next year as they're updating their framework and all that. But the main things will be the homepage, and the the public facing site will be a little bit different. It just sort of like refreshed and modernized, and it makes it easier for me and Courtney on my team to make updates ourselves instead of like sending things off to Neon One to update for us. So okay, so this is how the homepage will look. These changes will be made next. Hopefully we're switching over to the new site next Wednesday on the 25th. They have to do some like redirection of IP addresses and things like that. But hopefully that's when that will happen. So it's just like slightly refreshed. There will be some new functions on the homepage. We'll have this announcement section. I have not updated any of this stuff. This is just like what they plugged in for us. We'll probably have, so we'll have early giving information. We'll have information about like, be sure to check the matches and prizes page to be sure you're getting updated information, because unfortunately, but I guess fortunately, we've had 150,000 in matches that have been confirmed since the print guide went to print. So that is already, it hasn't even hit mailboxes yet, and it's already obsolete. But it's not obsolete, it's just not completely up to date. So we're always happy to take match and prize money to pass on to you. So we just want people to be sure to be checking the website, because that's like the most up-to-date information. We'll also have info about like the philanthropy party and the wrap party here. So that's just a nice tool people can use. Most of this looks the same. The other nice thing is for you all those resources that I add to every email anyway, they will all be like linked on the homepage. And I'm working, we don't have a donor toolkit yet, but it is on our list of things to work on. But yeah, that's pretty much how that homepage will look. Not drastically different. But like how it is now, I think, what does that say? It search for nonprofits, it will say discover and then find a cause there. And again, all these aren't populated quite yet because we're still migrating over to the new. So like if you click on an organization, it's not there because this is just like preview mode. All of the FAQs will be there. The matches and prizes are here. And again, this is just the test page. She pulled some information from our matches sheet, but it's not up to date here. But that's sort of how those will look. It's a much more like, for me, it's everyone processes information differently. I think this is hard for me to like visualize, but that's just what we were working with. That's how the previous site was. The new way, it's much more visual for me. And I like that. So we'll just add things here as they come, but that's how that will look. I mean, that's really the bulk of it, that it will just look a little different. I just don't want anybody to be surprised when they go to the Good Giving Challenge website like next Thursday and it's like, oh my gosh, this is totally different. So this is just a heads up. And if you want to explore a site that is already migrated over to the new homepage and how that all looks, this Give Where You Live giving event, they've done that, and I mean, there are some things that are a little bit different, like at the top, but for the most part, this would how it would look. This is how it would look. As you can see, like if you go to a nonprofit page, we'll just click on one here to look at. So you can see like this looks different from, we'll just pull one up. You know, that looks pretty different. So just to give you an idea, and I can drop the link to this giving page in the comments on the YouTube when we link the video, so you can see how this will look. And so you're just like not surprised. The biggest difference with the nonprofit profiles is that there is this section, what will we do with the money, that you'll be able to add, and then add content to. And then the donation levels are always there instead of only being visible during the giving mode. So like now, if you have donation levels populated, they don't show up on your page, but then they would. So yeah, that's how that will look. You can kind of explore the site and see if you want to see what you'll, yeah, so they don't have that new visual price page that we'll have, which I like ours better. So, and look, listen, $135,000. We have 750,000 over because there's another prize that I don't have like finalized yet, that we're working on too. So very exciting this year. I think that's the main thing. Are there any questions about the new site? You'll still have like the same login info and all that. It's just going to look different on that public facing site, a little more modern. And yeah, sorry, I'm getting a lot of messages. So any questions about that, drop those in, or if something comes up, let me know. One moment. All right. Two. Okay, sorry, you don't need to see my event, right? We have a big author event on Tuesday. So I'm sorry, that's why I have a million Eventbrite tabs open as well. Just trying to figure out those orders. So any questions about that, let me know. Let's move on to, we'll talk about Canva really quick, or should we do Buffer? Let's start with Buffer. One tool that we use that really helps us organize and schedule social media posts in advance is this tool Buffer. So right now we don't have anything populated in there, but as we get closer to the challenge, we put basically every post that we're going to put, we schedule it ahead of time in Buffer. So there's other tools like this. There's Hootsuite, TweetDeck. I don't know if TweetDeck does more than X or whatever it is now. I don't know of a way to schedule TikTok posts. But if there is one, I will maybe have my communications team member Courtney do a little session on TikTok. So I just like Buffer because I like the way it is laid out. Again, everybody processes information differently. You can also see like a calendar view. And so what I can do, let me go back. I bet I can go back to last challenge to show you. Getting closer. So you can see here, we do most of our posts, we schedule those for the morning, unless it's something during the challenge that's like time specific. But you can see here, we had scheduled, and the nice thing is you can schedule posts for like multiple channels at once. So we had scheduled this to go on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all at the same time. That's a huge time saver for us. And then the next week, you can see here all of the different posts that we shared. This was the week of Thanksgiving, so that's like the week out from the challenge. And then as you can see, yeah, during the challenge, we have a lot of posts. So we schedule one that's like every morning that has like what the day's matches are. We have one that goes out around noon, and those are like the social media contests that we do. And then let's see, we just have other like fun prize announcements and things that go on. So you can see all of the activity that like we know we're going to do things at certain times. Like every day we're going to have that match post. Every day we're going to have that social media post. Every day we're going to have a prize announcement. So it's never too early to start thinking about like what you're going to post and when, and then go ahead and start, you know, planning the content and dropping that into a scheduling tool. So I can just do like a quick demonstration. We have, I don't want to find out more actually. Sorry. I do have, I think Buffer can be free. We have a premium account because I think we were like getting into issues of like, we needed to add more channels here. I think you should be able to add like 2 for free, I think. But we have multiple, I think the issue we got into is we had like multiple Instagram channels, one for Bluegrass Community Foundation and one for BGCF 365. But you can create a post to like multiple, you know, you could do a post for like all channels at once if you wanted to, which is nice. And I'm just going to do a demonstration. You, if you have your graphics already ready, we'll just drop this in here. This is just a demo. I'm not going to schedule this, so all right, open. So you can see here, it's that easy. You can also connect it to Canva, which I've done before, but, or you can connect it to like your Google Drive and pull images from that. I think it's just easy to kind of drop it in, but if you wanted to do it with Canva, the problem with connecting it to Canva is that it will like try to automatically like resize every image to fit with the specs of the social media, which is fine, but like we just kind of default to like the square Instagram size post. Like I think it's 1080 pixels square, and I just use that all over. It doesn't really matter. But then you can just start, you know, you can add your if I could spell. Okay, whatever. And then you could add like hashtag, like you can customize this. If you use like Chat GPT, I mean, I think that's a good tool just to get a design started. But you can put your content in here, and then I'm going to show, this is just a demo. So I'm going to show you, then you're going to customize it for every network. So the nice thing is about buffer, like if you had like a ton of text here, it would say like, actually, you have a character limit. So it will help you like edit that down to fit within that parameter. Also for like Facebook, there's really no character limit, but like you could tag your organization, you could tag us, like you just do you know, that @ and then start typing. So that's really nice. That's primarily for Facebook. I don't think Instagram does that. And then with Instagram, this is why we have, one of the reasons we have the premium account is that you can add the first comment. So like if you have, it's kind of like best practices to not have a bunch of like hashtags in the caption, but to do it in a comment. I don't know if I can show you how that looks. An example of what we've done. I'm trying to think of one that we didn't do it on this one. Not a great example. But sometimes, when did I do it? You can do it. So you could do like hashtag Giving Tuesday, hashtag Good Giving Challenge, hashtag BG Gives. I know we've done it. Well, there it's not in the comments. I'm eating my words. Just that's something that you can do. It's also nice. You can add a location, like you could add the location of your nonprofit. You could just put the comments there, or if it's like I'll have to pull up a better example for next time. I tried to add the hashtags there in the comments, or you could say like link in bio, which is another good tool. You can just add the first comment to help increase engagement, or to like, because you want to keep the captions like short and sweet, and then you can add more in the comments. I'm going to stop on that. Sort of the same with LinkedIn. I can't, that one also has a character limit, so you can look at that. The thing about Instagram is you can't really put a link, a live link, like a hyperlink in the caption. So you're going to want to say like link in bio, whether it's in your bio. We use a tool called Linktree. And I'll show you what we do with that. And that's how we can keep like a digest of different links. So we can always just say like link in bio, and then you're not like keeping track of the links in the, so you can see here, like how that looks. It's something that you would add to your Instagram bio, and then you can have like multiple links there. And so you could add like a link to your giving page on BG Gives, or you know, more about your mission. If you have a link to like a fun video that you've done like on YouTube, you could add that there. So that's just a good tool to help take advantage I think Instagram is letting you add more than one link now, but for a while it was only the one, and it was like annoying to have to go in and like update the link constantly. So we just had that one link tree link. Let me go back to Instagram and you can see what I'm talking about. So there. So that just goes to all of these links that we have. We probably need to tidy those up, but that's just a good place. You can always just say link in bio. One thing you can do when you're on, we'll just talk about Buffer for now. So anyway, you can add these all, you can save them as a draft. Like if you have team members who want to approve copy or post, you can save it as a draft, which is nice. And then it'll be up here in your drafts. It looks like we had some stuff that got stuck in purgatory here, but it'll have it for each channel. Or so the nice thing is like we just have our default time set for 8 a.m., but you can edit that however you want. You can see however you want to visualize the information. You can do that there. You can also create a post. I'll show you how it looks once it's there. And then you can go back and you can edit it. So it's a good place to like have a holding space for all of your different post ideas. Like you could go in and like just add the graphics and then add the, tweak the copy or vice versa. So I think it's a nice tool. It really helps us organize all of our posts. So like if I did this again, like in a couple weeks, even it will have like everything for the challenge like already pretty much lined up. So that frees us up. And the reason we do that is it frees us up during the challenge to do like fun things, like get on stories more, make like fun posts and all that. So that's one tool that we like to use. Are there any questions about anything so far? I can get more into like specific strategies in another session. I might bring Courtney on for that, just to talk more about like what are best practices for like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, things like that. We kind of treat I mean, I think we can pull like demographics for each platform, I guess. Instagram is definitely more visual, so you want to keep copy to a limit there. Facebook, it's that I think is definitely more like word heavy. But then like TikTok, we kind of use just to do like fun stuff. Like we'll look at like different trends, like different types of posts that are trending. I think it's a fun place to be creative and just do kind of like sillier stuff during the challenge. And then you can share those to like Instagram Reels or things like that. But I can get more into that in another session. Today, I'm just kind of like talking about tools. Oh, if you don't, one thing I would do if you haven't already is be sure, let me see if I can, I'm going to log in. We have like a test page. Make sure you have logged in and exported your donations, and then whatever mail tool you use, be sure to upload those. So you're going to log in and then you're going to go to my donations up here, and you can filter by different years and export those in a spreadsheet and then upload those to whatever you use, whether it's Constant Contact, MailChimp, HubSpot. I know there's a lot of different ones. The other thing is quickly, I'll just spend like maybe 10 minutes on Canva, and then we can save some time for questions. And then next week, we can go through like some of the strategies and like the different toolkits and sort of like talk about those. So we use Canva. I love Canva. Some people like Procreate better. Some people like, there's like Adobe. I have Adobe. products. I just think Canva is super easy to update and make changes and things like that. So let me make sure. Okay, now we're looking at Canva, hopefully. Just holler at me in the chat if you're not seeing my Canva. So Canva also has really great tools that show how to use their product. So I would just kind of get in if you don't already have it and just start playing with it. One thing that I love about Canva, so okay, say I'm going to create a design. I'm just going to do, again, this is like that Instagram post, that square post. That's like typically what we do for our social media. They'll have like templates that you can start from, you know, and if you want to say like, I want to do a, I mean, this is just an example, like a holiday party. They'll have like starting out points for you that you can use, or you're doing like a fundraiser. Okay, let me make sure. Let me go back to share my screen. All right, hopefully we're seeing Canva now. I don't know why chat is disabled. Maybe in the settings on Zoom. All right, hopefully now you're seeing my Canva. So we're gonna start over. Canva has a free option and also a premium option. Great, thank you, thanks for the heads up. It's really hard to see. If you've ever led a webinar on Zoom, it's really hard to tell sometimes what's going on. So we have the premium Canva. I don't know the cost. So there is a free option with Canva. I have that just like for my own like personal purposes. It's really a fun way to like make silly graphics for my kids and stuff, and they love to play around with it too. So there is a free option. We have the premium, but it's pretty affordable. It's cheaper, I know, than Adobe. So if you just want to start out with a design, we're just going to do, we'll start with an Instagram post. Okay, and now starting over. So the great thing is Canva has tons of designs, like, you know, that the graphic designers already sort of have that you can use as a starting out point. They also are different for like each type of thing that you do. So whatever size you want, like if you're trying to do like an email header, you can see the designs are different for that. It's just like different content, different vibes, all that stuff. So it just depends on what you're trying to make. So we're going to start out with an Instagram, Facebook post. Okay, so I'm going to start by showing like our brand kit, and this is like why I love Canva. It makes it so easy for me to use, like just to do like a quick Instagram post or something. So you can upload like all the logos that you need to have handy. So like I have the Good Giving Challenge logo here. It's easy to get that, easy to resize. You don't have to worry about like, sometimes you don't have to push like shift to keep the dimensions right. Like it's just super easy to use. So you can add like multiple logos. I would be sure you're adding like one with like if you have a logo that has like a transparent background, I prefer that. And I'll show you why. So like if you're going back to the design, and then you want to add like a background, you know, you don't have that like white block around the logo. You know what I mean? That drives me crazy. That's just personal preference, but we're gonna go back to white. And then one thing that I think is nice, so we have our logo and we have our brand. So in addition to having the logos, I also have like all of our brand colors already like pre-populated. So you can add those based on like RGB, CMYK, the hex numbers. So we have like our primary brand, and then I also have, these are from last year, the Good Giving Challenge. brand as well. And so like we had this event next Tuesday, we had different colors for that. So it makes it really easy, and why I say this. So like we also have our logos pre-populated here. Not logos, those are fonts. So everything can be like specific for our brand, like very ready to go and super easy. So we'll make that big, all caps, easily spread it out. And then you can like quickly go here to the colors and then like change it to go with your brand colors. It's just so easy. They have other fun fonts and treatments that you can use. I mean, it doesn't have to be consistent with your brand. We don't always do that, but sometimes we do. And then if you all are interested and want to, so you can also search, I love to do this, like, okay, say I don't want to do like my brand consistent thing. I want to use something that's like handwriting. Like you can change it and do that. Or sometimes like if I'm trying to be silly, like comic book. That's not a good example. Or like, I think I was doing something once that was like medieval, if I could spell it right. How do you spell that? Whatever. Like a knight. Maybe that will come up. Of course it's not. But anyway, you can see cursive. I mean, there's just all different treatments of how you can do it. Like if you want something really you can just do everything really easily. You can add shadows. You can change the color of the shadow. I like to bump it up to that. Oh, it looks terrible. Anyway, this is just an example. You can easily delete it. You can also hit Control-Z and it comes back. But what we'll do is we will share. So like when you download the Good Giving Challenge logo, you can easily just like drop it up in here. So we'll add it as, let me see if there's an element. A lot of these things are, so like we were doing something, and I had a logo from an organization that was a sponsor of an event. So you really just like drag and drop it from your desktop or from your downloads or whatever file you have. And then there it is. So it's like that easy to upload all that stuff. And then these are just things I pulled from the print guide design. They're not like the official things once I get those from Paige. I was just trying to do something quickly. But as you can see there, it's easy to like, it's super easy to resize stuff. Do that, and then you can send it to the back so that you have the logo like front and center. Then you could add your logo there. You could add a rainbow. Again, it like could not be easier. I was just trying to do something quickly as a mock-up yesterday. So once I get the official like elements and I'm not just like copying them from an Adobe PDF and uploading them, I will send all of those. We'll add those to the resources file, and you can just like drag and drop those into your own Canva if you want to do that. And then it makes it easy. You can just like add those all here. And so the cool thing then about Canva too is like, okay, so you can say, all right, I did this as, then I like everything to be like, you can make sure it's like centered really easily. Things like that. So you can also say, all right, so we have that as a post like for our grid, but then we also want to add it to our Instagram stories. Okay, where is the resize? Here we go. And now it's called Magic Switch. That's weird. So you can resize it into an Instagram story. So it'll make a copy, and then okay, so then it will just easily do that. And then, you'll have to go in and like tweak some things a little bit, like move that over. But that makes it really easy to repurpose one design for like multiple formats if you want to do that. It's also, you can just like make a post in your Instagram and then like share it to your stories. But if you want it to be like the full design, it's also one thing that I like to do is to have if I can show, I'll organize things, try to, because we have so many things going on. Try to have like folders where you can keep it all organized. And then like, I'm sure I didn't do last year. But like this year I have like, for the 2023, I have like my running matches and prizes thing I have going, philanthropy party invite, like everything in a folder. So it's really easy to keep, try to keep track of. And then like what I did for this event we have next Tuesday, trying to do it, where's the social media? So what I like to do is kind of keep everything in like one file. So like we have all the different social media posts that we need for this different thing. So you can kind of like customize those. And it's really easy. Like if you were to do this and you wanted to like make a little tweak and say like, I don't know, give now, whatever. And then say like, giving Tuesday, November 28th. And then you could say like, you know, you could put like specifics in there. Change the color of that. Say you don't want that font, actually you want, like we just have our brand fonts in here as you know, okay, so this is just an example that looks terrible, but you can easily just copy that here and then go to, then just say, change it to when, and then change your you know, you get the point. You can, it's really easy to just like copy and then just like change like little elements. And so like we'll do that with like the social media posts, like we'll copy it and just like change the date. It just makes it really easy to like duplicate your work there. I'm trying to think of what else within Canva. Talked about uploading all the images. So like we do that with like all of your logos, because like we'll do, oh, you can also add like and you can just like play around with this. For me, everything that I've done in Canva is just something that I figured out, but you can like add animation, which is kind of fun. And you just kind of like play around with it. Like you can look at all the different elements and how they work. And then like if you want to add like animation, it's kind of complicated, but like if you want to do like little things at a time, you would like duplicate it and say like, I only want this first. I want like this to, I want this to like tumble in. For some reason, I really love that one. This I want to get rid of on this. That I don't want to be there yet. This I don't want to be there yet. Wait. So you kind of make like, you know, like an old timey like flip book. You kind of think about like every change you want to happen on the next slide. And then like, you can change the, well, so like on the first one, you would also do like animate only on enter. And then I think you can adjust the timing. Of course, it's going so slow. Anyway, so like we've done videos like it would take me forever to find it. I mean, you can see like how many, we really use this for so much. I don't have a good example. I'll find it and post it next week of how we did like step by step of doing a video, because I've made videos here before. So anyway, you can see we use this for everything, for posters, for Eventbrite. Like, it's really, I love it because it's easy to create a design and you can do like a custom size. Like we have an Eventbrite, we need a header of a different size. You could do it by inches. We've also done invitations and printed them from this. So there's so many different things you can do. I would say just like play around with it. Go ahead and like upload your brand specs, like your colors and things like that. And so you'll be like ready to go when we send you all the images that you can drop in. You already have the logo, and we can send some of these other things like the rainbow and stuff like that once I get like the official shareable things from Paige, our graphic designer. Like it's easy. You can do like a postcard. This is a mock-up of what I did last year. So you can make it, we had like a certain size. You can, when you want to share it, you just click on share and then download. You can download things. I mean, there's any different ways you can download. So it's really, really helpful. I love this tool. I would just like go ahead and start like playing around with stuff. Are there any questions about anything? Next week, we will hopefully have the new site that's, I'm going to stop sharing. Hopefully next week we will have the updated homepage on the BG Give site, so we can like walk through that. And if you have any questions, you can send those to me to talk about next week. We will start going through, we can go through the like toolkits, and next week will be just a few days over a month out. So we can talk about like things you really need to be doing next week. But I would be sure to go ahead in advance of next week and look at those toolkits that are linked in the emails that go out, and look through those and see if you have any questions. And if you want to send them in advance for me next week, I can have those answers queued up and ready to go. So anyway, thanks for your time. Let me just check one more time to see if there are any questions. I will enable the chat. I don't know why that was disabled this week, but thanks for your time. I will send this out early next week, along with the updated matches. So if you have any questions in the meantime, just holler. Thanks. Bye.